So I came across the CEO Burger Wars, right? So I came across it the other day and I was thinking, what is going on? So I was like, you know what? As I'm really focused on making this channel specifically focused on how you can build your level of brand authority, which is what I call your personal brand multiplied by your business brand multiplied by your campaign brand. That gives you level of brand authority. That makes you visible and credible to your desired target audience in order to drive opportunity to get more leads, which will then lead to more clients, which will then ultimately lead to more revenue, right? And for this video, I thought I'm going to actually spin this on its head and I'm going to explain what lessons you can learn as a founder based on this particular situation going on right now with these burger wars going on. So before I even get started, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. It'll be great for you to support. And if you've watched the videos before and you find it interesting, you find it informative, you find it quite useful as far as it's concerned with building your personal brand and your business brand, then yeah, show some love. Drop something in the comments and let me know that you are finding it interesting. Also appreciate any feedback as well. Let me know. But on that note, let me share my screen and we can get straight into it.
That is so good.
Really? Because it looks like you took the smallest possible bite in the history of human chewing.
First of all, let's try to get this thing. I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it. That's a big bite for a big arch.
Only one thing missing, a napkin.
That's a burger. This is exactly the way a great hamburger should be.
I don't even know how to attack it. I guess with my mouth. Moment of truth. No, that's good. It's really good. That is a big bite of a teen burger.
That is.
All right. So just for context, so the CEO of McDonald's was trying their new burger. I believe it was called the Big Arch Burger. And with that, he took the smallest bite ever. It was crazy. And it was really interesting from seeing the sort of way that it trickled down from a marketing perspective, because as soon as that video went viral, then it's shortly followed by all the other sort of CEOs from other sort of companies like Burger King, Wendy's, as you saw it, sampling their burgers and actually giving their verdicts, right? And I found it quite interesting for all various reasons. But if we start off with the McDonald's CEO, for example, for me, I feel that as far as a founder is concerned, whether you're a founder, managing director, CEO, you need to show that you love what you are selling, right? I believe so anyway. When it comes down to myself, I love and believe in the Phases brand authority system through and through. And it's what I literally apply to myself every single day. And I get results off the back of that and for my clients as well. So for me, it's something that I love. Like I would literally treat it like a whole burger and take a massive bite myself, because I believe in the product. I believe in the service. I believe the sort of ways it can change your whole approach when it comes down to building that level of brand authority that can lead to more opportunity and that can lead to more clients, which will ultimately lead to more revenue, right? A revenue pipeline just off the back of you building your brand across the brand authority system that I developed. So for me, like I'm geeked up about this stuff. Like anything when it comes down to brand authority, when it comes down to PR, when it comes down to marketing, I'm so immersed in that world. Like I literally live it day to day. And through that, like I always say, like I hope you can see the passion that I feel for these things, because I love it. It's something I do every day, and it's a blessing that I get to do it on my terms of building these systems and these frameworks and methodologies that can change people's lives and has helped people maneuver and get themselves into opportunities that they never felt was possible until they realized the importance of being visible and credible, right? Those are the two critical things that are required right now in this day and age. So when I came across the CEO for McDonald's taking that little bite, there was two things that stuck out for me. Firstly, he referred to the burger as a product, right? Like he kept it so business minded in the whole process, whereas the other CEOs referred to their product as what it is, a burger. They made it more relatable for their audience, whereas the CEO for McDonald's seemed rather far removed. And for me, it made me think of that from a perspective of a B2B founder, right? You don't want to be that far removed from what you are selling and what you are doing. And a lot of the times I always get that sort of question of, with my product, is it something that I should be getting a sales team to handle whilst I deal with the delivery? And if you're very early stage, if you're very much a small team or a one-man band as a solopreneur, I don't believe in that you should be giving away that idea of selling your service to someone else, because ultimately no one at this particular stage anyway should have that level of passion and drive and determination and love for their service or their offering more than you. So with that, you are your best asset when it comes down to pitching and showcasing and sharing your systems, your methodologies, your program, your offering, whatever it is you're selling. That is the thing that makes you you. So you need to be as passionate and flamboyant and just, driven to let people know that you have an amazing product that I need to share with the world, right? And the thing is, buyers, they can sense when things are rehearsed or when they're practiced like to the T, right? And we are in the era now, and that's the reason why I do these daily long form unedited videos, because I'm not rehearsing anything. I'm just here to share my truth, react to some videos, share my thoughts and my expertise based on my experience of what I know and how I look at marketing and PR, as I've been involved in the industry for almost a decade. So I've seen various different things when it comes down to marketing and PR. And as we've now transitioned more over to brand building and personal branding and business branding, all these things for me, it still rings true. It's just the element of building your profile as a personal brand whilst also delivering on the idea of building your personal brand, so your business brand. And you do that through the element of your campaign brand, right? And that's the reason why I find it so fascinating with the work that I do. And it's something that if you are a founder, you also need to gravitate towards those things just the same way. And also, it needs to be something that you genuinely care about. And for me, that's why I say I love what I do in particular, because I'm in the field. I'm in the field just as much as you, and I'm learning and developing my skills, despite the fact that I have the knowledge and I have the expertise and I have the awareness of the industry as a whole overall. The industry is always evolving, it's always changing, and it's always going to new directions, especially with the rise of AI and how AI is incorporated within the actual idea of developing your brand, right? That brand authority and that brand building. So for me, also applying it and incorporating it to myself is something that I cherish, because with me being in the field, like I talk about the personal branding deadline for the 30th of November 2027. A lot of the work that I'm doing is in my way of also ensuring that I future-proof myself just as much as I future-proof you guys that are listening to the content, and also my clients who I'm working with, to ensure that when it's all said and done, they are seen as the key person of influence and the obvious choice, right? And for me, you have to be the biggest believer in the room when it comes to your product. You have to be, because when it comes down to it, the people are going to know whether you know what you're doing when it comes down to your product, your offering, your service. And from that, I'm not a massive McDonald's fan per se, but just from seeing the CEO not even taking a chunk of the burger, I would feel a bit wary of me even consuming that, considering that the CEO, the man in charge of the whole operation, as far as McDonald's is concerned, is taking a small bite of that. And it seems like he's doing it like because he's been coerced. sorry. It seems like he's been coerced into eating the burger, like someone is there behind the camera forcing him to do it. And when you can see that, it is funny. But when you see that, then it really just makes you think, I don't think we should be eating that if he doesn't even want to have it. In comparison to, for example, the CEO of Burger King, who took a big chunk out of that burger, right? Because he believes in it. He loves it. He enjoys it. And if we're speaking metaphorically, you need to treat your offer, your service as that burger. You need to be eating that burger like it's the best burger ever. And in that idea of things, you need to treat your offer as it's the best offer on the planet. Like, this is a juicy piece of offering that we are providing to you. And that is through you documenting the journey, showcasing what it means to build your brand and those side of things. From when people understand your why and they understand your journey of how you even got there, it allows people to then also reinforce the fact that you built this based on your passion, your love, your determination, and your drive. And when you build something like that, it only makes people feel that if you have put that much work, patience, and care into developing something so bespoke, something that is actually something that can be incorporated as a framework and a methodology, then it must work for me. It will have to work for me if it's worked for you. I always say you got to be your own case study in these side of things as well. But then what I find interesting is, despite the fact that he just took a little bite of the burger, as far as what McDonald's did, as far as a sort of reactive campaign, without them even thinking of it as a campaign, is they started a war to see which CEO is positioned to be the person who resonates the most with their particular audience, right? Because when we think of it from more of the B2C side of things, as they're selling food, their audience is all people who love the food in that establishment. So if you are showcasing yourself as someone who loves the food just as much as anyone else in the world, of course we're going to want to dig in. We're going to be immersed because we're thinking, not only does that burger look good, but the way you're eating that burger, you're making me feel like I need to go and invest in that burger as well. And that is what you need to incorporate and apply to your service and offering if you can as well. Like I said, with me in the field, I spend a lot of time PRing myself and putting myself in various publications or podcasts or just platforms to really showcase how it can be done and how you can use it as a way to develop the content that can then repurpose and reintegrate into your content strategy that is amplified, and it makes you just more visible because you're just more seen across various different outlets. And it makes you credible because when it comes down to Google, like I say, when people search your name, what comes up? People will then Google my name and they can see that I've been featured in this place, or I've been positioned in this particular magazine, or I've been awarded this particular thing for my work. All these things are relative when it comes down to doing it. And with a industry, when it comes down to what you're offering, you being able to showcase yourself as someone who not only believes in it, but has seen firsthand how it has shaped their way of life and their trajectory and what it means for them, is something that will really resonate long term as far as it's concerned from a B2B founder perspective. And then I think one more thing to sort of add to it is that with this particular reactive campaign, you going against the grain, because despite the fact that the CEO of McDonald's did that, arguably he went against the grain because he had so many sort of backlash comments regarding that he doesn't even like the burger, Why is he eating the burger like that? That's a bit weird. Why is he calling the burger like a product, like it's an experiment or it's in a lab? So that sparked conversation. That sparked conversation to the point where other people are trying to do better. They've effectively newsjacked the opportunity and presented it into a way where they can then lead the narrative or lead the opportunity. So in actual fact, with this particular situation, McDonald's has in fact pushed that agenda and started that sort of wildfire as it started spreading across all the other sort of burger establishments across the US, right? But then we have to also consider the fact that despite the fact that it wasn't even planned like that, you have to be original in your approach. You have to be original and unique in your approach. And with you being original and unique in your approach, you then need to develop what that campaign looks like for your competitors to see what you're doing. Because more often than not, we always know how this particular campaign started, what it led to. We're going to see a lot more people newsjacking off this opportunity and doing particular bits of content to record. But I assure you that all of us will always remember that it always started from the back of the McDonald's CEO eating that burger. So as far as you are building your framework and you're building your methodologies to drive awareness to your brand and your offering for your clients, you also need to be daring to do the things that are going to attract not only your ideal client persona, as I mentioned, your ICP, but also your competitors are also going to think, that's actually smart. I should do the same thing. Because when you see competitors starting to mimic what you are doing, it showcases that it works. And it always brings it back to the original reason why it started. So bear that in mind when you are looking to develop effective campaigns to not only put yourself out there, but then can put your service and offering out there. And with the idea of B2B, B2B can be always deemed as boring, but there's so many ways you can really implement creative practices in your way, in a unique offering, in a way that attracts people through doing these particular sort of campaigns where you're showcasing not only your brand, your personal brand, but also reintegrating the idea of how it applies within business. That makes people not only see that you are actually timely and topical and you're doing things in an organic way, but then they realize that you actually have something that you can offer them that they would like, right? So that is my thoughts based on this particular sort of, burger wars. I thought it was quite funny, to be fair, but all in all, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you believe in the idea that the CEO that had the best positioning based on the burger, the way they ate the burger, the way they described the burger, would you trust them enough to be eating the burger as a result? Or do you feel that it doesn't make a difference based on what the CEO is doing as far as putting their product or service out there? Let me know what you think in the comments. It'll be interesting to get your thoughts. But on that note, that's it for me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself.